afternoon, Nigerians. Good evening to all CEOs and stakeholders in Grand Community Ecosystem. My name remains Pastor Uaag, and I'm coming to you today being the 10th December 2023. I'll be very brief as the Lord permits me. If you can recall, few hours ago, a write-up with my picture popped up in the cyberspace. That is very correct. But I'm standing here to make some announcement to the Grand Community Ecosystem. First, I initiated all night prayers simply because of the delays in the disbursement, which is our expectation. Reason being that we view this week as our final push for the year 2023. He that fights and run away live to fight another day. But we want to go home to our different families with something tangible. And based on this prayer, I personally initiated it based on inspiration I have. I want everyone to understand that in as much as we are looking for funds, grants, that Pastor Uaag is still a minister of the gospel. And one of the prayers I prayed to God before I joined this Uaag is I study the terrain of Grand Community. You may come with your head high, but Grand Community may bring you to zero. So constantly I put a check on my very self to see if I'm still in the faith. And I can boldly tell you that these all-night prayers was initiated just because I got the inspiration to deprive myself and my team this night, which is very rare to do. But we are doing that, and I thought it was okay. Last time we did it, a lot of people complained that it should have been streamed live. I mean, and I decided, okay, we should stream this one live to enable others that want to join to join. But it is very pathetic and very frustrating to begin to get statements from four corners of this cyberspace, and I've come to state as follows. It is not an overstatement if I say we have done our very best to push this baby out, and the only thing remaining for us is running to God through prayers. I understand for the past few days there has been jubilation in the cyberspace, but we still need prayers to accomplish it and make it all praises. From all indication, The news outside there seemed to be targeted at my person, and I wouldn't allow anybody to use me, especially at this critical time and season. Therefore, I humbly want to inform Nigerians that the proposed all-night prayer is hereby cancelled. And I want to say, please, it is not out of place. It is to make sure that my obedience is complete. For the Bible says, when our obedience is complete, we eat the fruit of the land. Finally, it is important to also state as follows. We left. I put I because I'm the one speaking, and I added we because I'm not walking alone. We left our families, personally for me, over 4 months ago, not because I am a Edo man, but simply to add my knowledge and little experience to push this baby out, to make this a reality. That's why I left my family for 4 months. Number 2, I have ignored all name calling for the sake of the masses. But I want everyone to remember, I have children, wives, friends, and brothers who are also listening to all the slandering in the cyberspace against my person and some other persons. Note that they are human beings. You might not be able to call your kitchen knife or place a value on your kitchen knife, but every time you get to that kitchen, you will need it, and sometimes we look for it with curiosity. Number 3, I came to Abuja with a full team of professionals. They feed, they stay in accommodation hired by me, and they also have families who are expecting them back. If not for anything, this closing time of the year, the Xmas season, they need to go home. They need to be released to go home. Therefore, the point I am using these 3 important remarks to make is that if you are sincerely expecting this blessing to reach you, kindly put a stop to all manners of evil interpretations, evil judgment, evil propaganda, and sentiments. We have endured a lot of hardship in the last few days, yet we are not deterred, but we are more than ready to see this 7 years plus journey to end with praises going forward into 2024. It is weird and wicked for anybody out there to turn a heavy heart crying to the last solution provider, being God himself, as a mere charade or misinterpret the action. I honestly appeal to all that must have prepared for these prayers not to relent. Hold the prophetic prayers in your individual abode tonight as we abort our initial streaming it online. This is to enable the traducers, the slanderers, and the haters and the enemies within to know that the project UAG is a divine project and no human being can truncate it. I joined this project because God spoke to me myself to come and assist, and that's why I joined. The very man that everybody is tearing apart without looking at, this man he also have image to protect in the person of Apostle Dr. Ambassador Ken Wakama. Is a man chosen by God, not a man chosen by man, not a man lobbied for this. But it's unfortunate that what transpired during the days of old continue repeating in this generation, in this very generation. And without mincing my word, anything that may look like abracadabra cannot be connected to me as a person. And note that I have advocated that dangerous faith pulls out the best result from dangerous situation. That is why we called for this prayer, so that the week ahead of us will be a week of celebration. We never told anybody anything, but we simply want to push, pray until something happens to make our final push before we call it a day. At the same time, I understand what sacrifice means. I understand what commitment means. I understand what trust and believe in a project means. And I'm here 100% to tell Nigerians that this project cannot fail except it's not ordained by God. And I pray and I believe that the week ahead, Nigerians will have every reason to rejoice. Thank you very much, as I appeal once again to hold these prayers pointing to the issue of disbursement. Cry to God, ask God not to pass us by in this very week. That is it. And make it prophetical. Make it a declaration. Use your faith and push this. Citing Matthew 21:21, which is what was written in that very flyer you see. Thank you and remain rapturable. My name remains Pastor Obi Nwagbo. God bless you.